Okay, so today I thought I'd tell you a little story and let you know kind of how I come up with some of my projects. Some are just a need that I have. Others are like I didn't know I needed it, but then I came up with an idea and I go, oh, I got to do that now. So this is one of those. Oh, I found something now. I got to do it. So um, I like to hang out at thrift stores. I find a lot of just stuff that people have discarded, don't think they need anymore, and I run into it, see it, and I'm like, oh, I could use that for something. Usually not what it's intended for. I dice it up and cut it up and change it to something else and use it for something it wasn't intended. So upcycle, however you want to phrase that, but I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. So last time I was at the thrift store, I found these bolt bins, and they were pretty good quality. So they're a nice industrial bolt bin, a couple different sizes. So screaming deal. I bought all they had on the shelf. So, but that was awesome. Just didn't have the backing plate. Uh, and if you've looked at the prices of those, that's kind of what's super pricey because you want the nice metal ones that are more durable because you're hanging some weight on those things. So what I have now, just Harbor Freight special, it's all plastic. So the bins are a little bit thinner plastic and the backing plate is plastic as well. So they kind of droop with a lot of weight and stuff in them. So I wanted to upgrade the little bolt bin, expand it, make it a little bit bigger. So I found some stuff at the thrift store and I found some more online. So bought a bunch more, and so I think what we'll do is we'll make a backing plate for this thing, because if you've priced them out, what I needed to do was anywhere between $60 to $100 or more, and I would probably have to cut it up to make it fit where I want it to, which means if I move the shop around or whatever, I'd have to buy another one or do something else. So I don't like to cut up the new stuff, so I'll cut up some old stuff and make something that works. So that sounds interesting to you? Follow along and watch me succeed, hopefully. Okay, so I also wanted to share why I think this is such a good upgrade. On the right here, this is the Harbor Freight stuff, so you can kind of see how thin the containers are. These are much more durable. So, and larger for the smaller ones. The bigger ones are a little bit bigger than their big ones as well. But the other thing is the backing plate. That is all plastic that it hangs on. So I'm gonna make a nice metal frame for them to hang on. And then with expanding the size of this thing and going to the full length of the counter, that end to way over here, I'll be able to use more of those bins. And I bought extra bins. I know I went crazy on those, but it gives me options for, do I need some of the larger bins for larger bolts, or do I need more smaller bins, and I can always swap them out over time. So that's the idea for that. It also helps me get rid of, some glass jars I have for really tiny stuff. I also have, some containers down there with some larger bolts. I also have these bolt bin drawers and stuff, which I'll probably do some more organizing and put the real specialty items in there, whether it's automotive or whatever, stuff that I don't get into a whole lot, and then make the more useful stuff that I get into all the time up there. Because I like to see what I have and just grab what I need and keep working. So now to make the backing plate, this is where my idea came from. Got some bed frames. So used to get those like for nothing years and years ago. Now people are charging to take their old bed frames away. So bought a couple for pretty cheap, and I think I've got enough to use this thicker angle iron, and they're roughly the same on both frames. So we'll make a little frame out of that. But I got to get rid of the wheels and all that kind of stuff. So first order of business today is slice and dice these things, get rid of all the extra stuff and on them, and just make them angle iron that I can cut up and use for my backing frame. Okay, so here's status report. I got all the pieces cut, 3 support brackets, and then 4 rails for bins to hang onto. So everything is tacked there. Did a tack in the middle and the far end. So I'm just going to finish weld everything. Then we'll clean it up and throw coat of paint on it, and then maybe we'll let it dry overnight and put it all back together tomorrow. So we'll do all the work today and then the payoff tomorrow. Hey, good morning, everyone. It is the next day. Let me get you caught up on what we finished up with yesterday and where we are on the project. So was able to get all this welded up, got a coat of paint on it, let that sit overnight. So that's why we're in the next day. Not that this project would take more than a day, but to let the paint dry and everything, we're in the day too. So got some holes drilled in it for mounting it. Keep in mind, if you're doing any kind of project with bed frames, it is hardened steel. So if you need to drill a hole in it and you like your drill bits, you need to take the hardness out of the steel. And the way I do that is take some MAP gas or propane torch and just sit it where you're going to drill the hole, and just get it to almost glowing orange. Doesn't need to be glowing orange, but get it to almost there. And you'll be able to let it cool down, and then you'll be able to drill just fine because you've pulled the hardness out of the steel. It's just regular, almost like mild steel at that point. So you'll be able to drill your holes without destroying your drill bits. So we got that all painted, ready to install. This is what's left of our bed frame. So I got quite a bit of stuff left on that, so I'll throw that in the scrap pile, leave that for future projects, which is always nice. And then here's where we're going to install that. So I need to remove all of that stuff and start with a clean slate. So next steps is let's get all this out of the way and install our frame for all of our bolt bins. Okay, so I did a few things off camera, as you'll notice. First of all, obviously my supports don't match where studs are lined up. So I just made these basically, they're like 25 inches. The whole thing's like 50 and a quarter. So that's not going to line on a stud. At least one might, but the rest won't. And I needed to position this somewhere where the plug is not going to be in the way, because I didn't want to incorporate that into the steel structure. So I just scooched it over and ended it basically at the end of the counter. So for me to be able to mount this to the wall, that's what this backing wafer board is for. So I just mounted that on the back wall, screwed that into the studs, and now when I screw this into the wafer board, that will adhere it to the wall and keep it from falling over. The other thing is this is pretty snug, so I was going to always put something under here to make the plugs more accessible, because once you get the bigger bins there, you're not going to be able to reach them very well if they're tucked way under there. So 2x4 is a spacer. This is actually sitting on it. So in order to get that in, I had to push this in place and then slide the stud underneath it. And then now it's sitting on the stud. So a lot of the weight's going to be sitting on the counter, on the stud, on this. And now the screws are just going to hold it to the wall. So I think we're ready. We'll screw everything in and get it all permanent. So. should do it. So it's all installed. Let's get some bins on it and get using it. Okay, we're done. I think it was a successful project. It was definitely an upgrade. I've almost doubled the amount of bins space that I have. If you remember, the old one kind of stopped here, so now filling up the whole countertop. The bins are bigger, so it's not quite double, but definite upgrade. Much more sturdy bins. I made it put a lot more weight in them. Really comfortable. Very happy with how the bed frame bracket worked out. So take your time and measure if this is something you're gonna do. I made it specially to fit under my bins and my countertop. So wherever you're putting yours, measure more than twice. So the old adage, measure twice, cut once. I measured a ton of times. I still made an error when I was tacking things together, like by 1/8 of an inch, but cut it apart, moved it, corrected my error before I got too far. So I'm happy with how it turned out. The spacing is very good. I can get 4 rows in there. The top stuff, you know, it's up by the light. It's a little hard to see sometimes, but I'll probably keep, you know, bins of, you know, this kind of stuff. You buy some screws that are in a bin. I don't want to. So now I know what's on it because of the label. So we'll keep that kind of stuff in the upper part. So you'll see I used a mix of the blue and the red. It fits for what I have currently. That may change over time. So I actually have another box of miscellaneous big and small ones that I can swap out as I need. So was the idea of buying extras. So I've got more than what you see, but it gives me options to move things around. So hopefully you enjoyed following me along on the journey. And if you enjoy these kind of videos and stuff, please smash all the buttons, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. So it helps me out. Anyway, on to the next project.